Jana at Styles and Smiles again. I'm going to continue our little talk about haircuts again because last time, if you watched my last video, I talked about doing the haircut consultation and about how to get the haircut you want. And so now I want to talk to you about what haircut do you want? What haircut's going to work for your face shape or for your hair type and for your lifestyle. So, first off, about the face shape, you want to figure out what shape of face you are. There's different shapes that we kind of have in general. If you haven't figured out what face shape you are, the best way to figure it out is to just get a headband or something so you can pull all your hair back so you can see your full hairline, and sit in front of a mirror and then get a wet bar of soap and then just trace around the outline of your face right on the mirror. And then that will kind of give you a general shape if you can tell what it looks like. So the shapes that we're looking for, there's a triangle, which is where you have kind of the wider forehead, but then you go narrower at the jawline and at the chin. So that's a triangle. And then there's also the inverted triangle where you have more of a narrow hairline and then a wider jawline. So that's the two different triangles, one right side up, one upside down. And then there's also the diamond, which is maybe a more narrow forehead. It goes wider, you have some prominent cheekbones, and then another narrow jawline down to the chin. So that would be the diamond. And then there's the oval, which is the typical ideal, is what so-called we want to have. And then there's also the long oval or the oblong, which is like an oval, but it's just a little bit longer. So maybe longer and narrower. And so that's the long face or the oblong. So what we are trying to get to, kind of like how when you're dressing your body, you want to make your body look more like the hourglass shape. So you dress to give yourself a waist, give yourself the shape, you know, that you want as the hourglass. So you pick clothes that fit that. Or when you're doing your makeup, you want to accentuate your smaller features and deaccentuate the features that you want to hide. So we do the same thing with haircuts or your hairstyles. As far as the shape, you want to make it look more oval. So if you have a wider forehead, you want to do more bangs, whether it's a side swoop or a straight across bangs. You probably want to hide a little bit more of that forehead if you have a bigger forehead or a wider forehead. If you have a really round face, you don't want to have a lot of volume around the sides because then it will just make it look even more round. So if you have more of that round face, you want to do more volume on the top, maybe a shorter haircut, or you want to pull it down with the longer haircut where the volume is going to be down lower rather than right there on the sides with a short bob. It's probably not going to be so ideal for a round face shape. And so just kind of look at your face shape as far as where the wider parts are, you want to deaccentuate. So if you have a rounder face, doing some face frame layers with the long layers, that works really well because it kind of helps to hide some of that. If you have the longer oblong face, you're not going to want a haircut like this where it's just long and straight because then that makes you look even more pulled down and long. So if you have that oblong face, you're going to want more volume on the sides. If you have more of that narrower forehead, you're going to want to have more volume up there too. So kind of look at that and see, well, which place do I want to accentuate? So you want to either have more volume at the top, more volume on the sides, or more face frame and shape around to kind of narrow in your cheeks. So that's kind of what you want to look for as far as your face shape and what haircuts to go with your face shape. I did have a question about, can I pull off straight across bangs? And so the thing is with straight across bangs, I feel like it's more about your hair type and your personality than your face shape. Because obviously if you have a big forehead, you're going to want some kind of bangs. You can do a swoop bang or you can do straight bangs. But if you don't have a big, huge forehead that you're trying to hide, can you pull off straight bangs? Heck yeah, you can. It's definitely one of those, if you want to rock it, you rock it. A lot of people are very hesitant to try something new because they think, oh, that's not my style. I don't know if I can pull that off. That's just not me. But the thing that I like to tell people, it's not going to be you unless you start doing it and you try it, you wear it. It's going to be your style. So try it. Make sure if you're doing something dramatic like a straight bang, make sure you have somebody that knows how to do bangs. And that way they're doing the right amount, doing the right shape, getting the right texture to it, because you don't want to just do it yourself and have that blunt bangs where you look like you cut your own bangs in 5th grade for class pictures, which I did plenty of times in school. So you don't want to cut it yourself if it's something that you've never had before and you don't have experience with bangs. Don't try it yourself. Go to somebody that has experience, that knows how to give you a good bang, and then just rock it. Make it you, and you can totally pull off straight across bangs. It's kind of more of a personality thing than a face shape thing. So there's that as far as the bangs goes. They're some fun things, so you just got to try it. And then other thing that you want to think about is with the haircut that you're getting and the hairstyle that you're doing, how much time do you want to take to style your hair? What is your lifestyle like? So say a lot of my clients, because they're my friends and my age, a lot of us were stay-at-home moms. We want something that's going to be super easy, low maintenance. You're not going to want to do a high maintenance haircut that's going to take a lot of styling and a lot of time and a lot of product, because when it's not done, you're going to feel like total frumpy blah, because you feel like I have absolutely no style, but I don't have the time to spend on my hair. So if you want to go for a low maintenance haircut, definitely talk about that in your consultation when you get your haircut of, this is what I want, something that's not going to take a lot of time. Do you want it to be long enough that you can pull it up into a ponytail? Or do you want it to be something that's going to be short and simple but just lays really well by itself without having to do work, but you don't want to pull it up because you will pull it up? I have a lot of people that say, if I have it long enough to put in a ponytail, I end up just being in a ponytail all the time. So if you want to go for something shorter that you can't put in a ponytail, think about that. If it's something that you want to be able to put in a ponytail, but then also have into a down style when you want to style it, think about that too. So think about how much time you want to take into it. And then if you want something, you say, you know what, I do like to style my hair. I like to spend time getting ready in the morning, then go for something that's going to be more maintenance. And that's totally fine if that's you and that's what you like to do. And so just make sure you think about that with the style. Is it going to lay really well when it's just air dried, or is it going to take product and blow drying for it to lay that well? And it's going to be based on the haircut and your hair type. So think about that when you do your consultation. So what I like to do, you know, with a lot of the moms that do want something that can be in a ponytail but give some style, I usually do maybe a little bit longer than shoulder length, so it's not too much hair, but still long enough to fit in a ponytail. But I like to do, obviously, a lot of the layers. I talked about that last time, how layers really make a difference. But do enough layers that it gives it some nice shape and movement to it and body when it's down, when you do have it in the down style, but that you can still put into a ponytail for your everyday when you're cleaning and you've got baby spit up or puke all over. You don't necessarily want your hair in it, so you want to be able to pull it up. Then you can pull it up still. So that's the haircut that I typically recommend for the moms that want to be able to pull it up, but there are the moms that want to keep it down. If you're not a mom, you know, you do whatever you like. But just think about, you know, if you are rushed in the mornings, are you going to want something that's going to take time or want something that you can just go? So think about that as well, with how much time you're taking. But as far as really, you know, you want the haircut that's going to fit your face and fit your lifestyle, but it's more fitting your personality. You can rock whatever haircut you want to rock. Just make sure it works with your hair type, like I talked about last time, is that it's more about the hair type if that cut's going to work for you, but it's really about your personality. You can totally do a dramatic, asymmetrical, something fun, even if it's, you know, whose face shape works with asymmetrical? Heck yeah, anyone. If it's your personality, you can do it. So really don't worry so much about the face shape. Kind of use it as a general guideline when you're looking at stuff, but it's not one of those hardcore rules that you can't break. You can totally do whatever you want to rock. If you feel good, you're going to look good because you feel good, and that's what matters the most. So anyways, that's my suggestions for haircuts, how to pick your haircut. So come and visit us at Styles and Smiles if you want to have a personal one-on-one consultation. If not, you know, talk to somebody that knows what they're doing. Don't try it yourself anyway. But we're here at Styles and Smiles. If you like our videos, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, and share our videos with your friends if you feel like you learned something.